The government's big Anti-Crime Social Intervention Zones of Special Operations Act is now in effect. Information Minister Senator Ruel Reid received a copy of the Jamaica Gazette yesterday afternoon, indicating that the legislation is in place. In a release today, Prime Minister Andrew Holness stated that the National Security Council, which he chairs, met and deliberated on presentations by the Chief of Defence Staff, Major General Rocky Meade, and Commissioner of Police George Coelho on the preparations for the implementation of the Zones of Special Operations. It said a meeting is to be held with all the permanent secretaries and heads of agencies to ensure that the necessary structures and support are in place for the associated social intervention and development measures. On Monday, Cabinet approved for consideration the Minister of Finance allocating an increased amount of $2.5 billion to the Ministry of National Security. The law gives the Prime Minister, on the advice of the NSC, the authority to declare any high crime area of Jamaica a zone for special security operations and community development measures.
Well, in Westmoreland, the CUSTOS is hoping the zones of special operations will make a difference. Business people in the parish are also concerned about crime. TVJ's Shamela Mitchell reports.
Over 15 gangs are said to be operating in Westmoreland, and the majority of the crime committed in the area is reportedly gang-related. Terrible for residents, bad for business.
You can't come out too early or you can't go in too late.
Ghost town. Only dogs you see on the street. Serious. Empty streets.
Mr. Wilson is one of the many business people in Westmoreland who says he's forced to close his business place earlier than before because he fears crime could affect him. And his customers seem to think the same thing.
By 12:30, have to close by 12:30. Latest 1 o'clock. First time I never used to close at all. So the door stay open right through the night. People keep coming right through the night till daylight to have people come in and go in. But it's not like that anymore.
Donald James is a taxi operator who lives and works in the parish. Mr. James says he has been operating a taxi for the past 13 years and he has never seen anything like this before.
We have to come off our road extra early at times, trying to secure life and property.
The CUSTOS of the parish says he too is affected.
In terms of attending functions, especially those that are held in the night, I'm one of the first persons who normally leave those functions because I'm always fearful about going where I live at late hours.
The Very Reverend Canon Hartley Perrin says he had to put measures in place to ensure he's safe.
I have security systems, I have 2 bad dogs and all of these things. And it has proven expensive, especially with respect to the security systems, where you have to be paying on a monthly basis to ensure that you can get a response.
So now the CUSTOS says he's waiting to see if the Special Zones Act will be effective.
And what impact that will have on the crime situation. The fact is that it cannot be business as usual. Things cannot continue the way they are going now, and some drastic measures have to be taken. Bear in mind the whole matter of humanity and human rights. But I still feel that we have to ensure that we put criminality, crime, under measure of control if we are going to move forward as a country and as a nation.
Shamela Mitchell, TVJ News.